At an elevation of 7,300 feet, Los Alamos is probably the nation's highest one-company town. It's almost certainly the wealthiest. The median household income in Los Alamos is about $80,000, and an obscenely high number of people here, about 60%, have at least a bachelor's degree. The reason for those figures is the one company in this one company town, Los Alamos National Laboratory. The lab employs about, and the companies work directly with it, employ about two-thirds of the people that live here, folks say. And the lab that brought us the Manhattan Project has had impacts in this town that are hard to overstate. Now, other cities call themselves Atomic City, for instance, and there aren't many other towns that have an Oppenheimer Street. Overall, this is a very nice place to live. Violent crime rate is very low. The schools are very good. There's a bus system, a free bus system, at least for the time being. That for a county of 18,000 people, that's not so bad. And the view from anywhere in this mesa-top town is breathtaking. But not everything is perfect here. There's been a lot of queasiness because Los Alamos, the lab, Los Alamos, has had some cuts in recent years, budget cuts that have led to staff cuts. And people think it may be time for the lab, which is really focused primarily on weapons technology, to diversify a little more, to try to get more into hydrogen fuel cells or nanotechnologies and things like this. The downtown here is nice enough, but the town really empties out at night and on the weekends. And folks say the sidewalks roll up here on Friday, and sometimes they don't come back until Monday morning. This town is not really what you'd expect it to be with that high income rate. There are not a lot of mansions around here, and there aren't a lot of people driving around in Mercedes. In some ways, this is a very down-to-earth town. But of course, underneath all that, this is really a town of achievers and overachievers. And people say that attitude, the scientific attitude around here, filters into politics. People look at policies and politics and candidates issue by issue. And even though the split here between Democrats and Republicans is fairly even, Republicans that are slightly more registered here, they say it doesn't really matter because people don't generally vote on party affiliation. Some do, but generally not. People look at the issues and try to come up with a scientific reason for voting why they're voting, looking at the candidates and the issues and going through them one by one so they can explain very concretely why they made the decision they did. In 2000, Los Alamos went for President Bush very heavily, 55-40 in the election. But in 2004, that gap narrowed considerably to about 6 percentage points. And in 2008, both Democrats and Republicans say it's not really clear which corner this town will be in. Like the moneyed burbs group it represents, people say Los Alamos is up for grabs in the 2008 election.